Today on our show, man.
All the Marvel trailers that were fit to print.
That's right. Comic-Con just happened, and Marvel just unfurled and poof, all over us in Hall H. Showed us everything. We've seen it all. We've seen Bush. We've seen Dick. We've seen it all. We're going to talk about it, man, right here on today's Fat Man on Batman. We're shooting webs. Make it rain. Welcome to Fat Man on Batman. I'm Kevin Smith.
I'm Marc Bernardin.
Before we go any further, folks, to tell you what Marvel did to us over this weekend, and it was a good thing, we got a sponsor.
Ooh.
Audible. You hear that? That's the good folks at Audible.com telling you to come in and read a book.
Can you not read? Audible.com.
They'll teach you to read. That's not what their service does.
They'll read to you.
Helps if you know how to read a book in advance. But they do have books that they read to you.
It's like the lap of the internet you could sit on and have somebody read you a book.
Isn't that amazing? Isn't that what you always wanted, man? Audible, if you want to listen to it, Audible has it. That's their catchphrase. Give me a single. With more than 250,000 audiobooks and spoken word audio products. You'll find what you're looking for at audible.com. Get a free 30-day trial today by signing up at www.audible.com/Kevin Smith. And you can get you go to the two-shot. You can get a Kevin Smith book. That was the book I'd recommend. Tough shit. I read it myself. So you can have me read it to you. And the book is like, let me see. I think if I would have read it straight, it's 6 hours, but the book's like 8 hours. Like I threw in extra shit. There's shit in the fucking me reading the book that's not even in the real book.
Shut the fuck up.
That's right, dude. That's how I roll. I'm like, I don't care. I don't reward people for supporting me. I reward the people who didn't support me. If you didn't buy the book, I try to tease you in with something else. But Audible has it, man. Audible has everything. I mean, come on, dude. Like if you're driving anywhere and stuff like that, get some damn Audible so you can stick it in your ear, have somebody tell you a story.
If you're on a train commuting back and forth from work and you're tired of listening to music, get a book in your head.
If you just don't want to talk to your wife anymore, get a book in your head. Just try to talk to you, just be like, I'm sorry, War and Peace. It's going to be a while.
Children? Who needs children? Book in your head.
See you in 4 months. I'm booking it. Trying to be book smart. Really? Audible.com, ladies and gentlemen. You get it. Free apps for iPhones, iPad, Android, and Windows Phone. Download and listen on an iOS device, Android, Kindle Fire, Windows Phone, and over 500 MP3 players, man, all over the fucking planet. Unlike a streaming or rental service with Audible, you own your books.
Yeah, because who wants to give that shit back?
Yeah, really.
It's a book in your head, keep it in your head.
Unless you read the book and you don't like it, then you're like, I don't want this book, give it back. Like, how many times did they get people on Audible.com going, I would like to return 50 Shades of Grey? Like, we can't do that. Like, well, it wasn't dirty enough for me. It was very dirty. And it was kind of chaste.
But your book is soiled, sir. We're not going to take your soiled book back.
These digital pages are stuck together, sir. We can't take it back. Audible will take it back. They don't care if you come down the book. My Library, access your books anytime, anywhere, right from your smartphones. Audible.com, man. Give them your patronage because fuck, they sponsored this show. That'll tell you all you need to know.
Give the gift of books in your head.
I like that. I like that copy. Somebody should hire him, Audible. Give the gifts of books in your head. That's
rolls right off the tongue.
It really does. People are like, what does that mean? Is he throwing things out? All right, enough with the ads, man.
Yes.
Thank you, Audible, for sponsoring this show. And this show is all about the Marvel trailers that we saw. Marvelous. As per usual, Marvel can be counted on to pull out all the stops and fucking drown you in goodness. They live for San Diego. I mean, they live to make these movies and make money. But I think Kevin Feige's got a secret. He conducted his own panel. If I
did he? There's no moderator.
Think so. Was there a
Hardwick was there?
Hardwick was there.
Yeah.
All right, my bad.
Feige definitely helped.
But Feige's like all over it, man. He's like a kid in a candy store. He loves, he's just the puppet master. That's right, man. He's like fucking that old dude in the movies, making little dolls and sending them out to kill fuckers and whatnot. I like this guy's spirit, man. He makes cool fucking movies, and that ain't me trying to get a job. I just fucking like what a dude does. And shit.
Seriously. Who's not to like?
What did they show in Hall H? Well, there were a couple presentations. They had a Netflix presentation.
Yes.
So let's talk about that first, man. Because let's be honest, like, we're all waiting for Luke Cage.
Holy shit.
Luke Cage is about to happen, folks. We had Daredevil. We had Jessica Jones. Now we're going to have Luke Cage. After that, Iron Fist, which is shooting right now. And they also showed a fucking teaser for a trailer in Hall H. And then after that, they're going to give us the Defenders, which they also showed us a teaser for.
Son of a bitch.
Now, granted, it was just a title treatment, and new dialogue. Sounded like new
from
dialogue from Stick. But still, dude, the fact that it's on the horizon enough to have a title treatment, what'd you think? Tell me about Luke Cage first.
Luke Cage, I am in the bag for anything that starts with fucking ODB.
Yeah.
Shimmy, shimmy, yo, shimmy, yay.
Yeah.
And fucking bulletproof. The Cheo Hidari Kokas, the showrunner, gave a big panel, as one does. And he kind of steered straight into the fact that it's about time we see a bulletproof black man.
Yeah.
In a gray hoodie, walking into a building and getting shot.
That's pretty.
Like, not fucking around.
That's pretty impressive. Yeah, especially when you consider the political overtones of a dude in a hoodie.
Yes, yes, that is Black Lives Matter and all up in your grill.
Is that what you saw in that? I didn't read that into that whatsoever.
Come on.
What else? Did they let him wear the headband or no?
No.
Think that ever happens?
No.
Why?
Because that dude does not wear a headband.
Just once.
I'm just saying.
Sweet Christmas. Put it on and then take it off. Even in a store, like he's just going through the store. Sweet Christmas.
Unless there's like the Halloween episode of Luke Cage where he's got to dress up to hit a discotheque.
You're wrong. I'll predict it. Ready?
Okay, give it.
In Defenders, he wears it.
Oh, you think so?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Is
By
it
the time they put him and Danny Rand together in their Heroes for Hire and Defenders, at least one scene he's got the medal. Here's the question. Does Danny Rand wear the headpiece? They didn't show it in the trailer, but I've heard yes.
Here's the only reason I would put him in the headpiece. Is if
Because it's fucking amazing, that's why.
But if the headpiece actually makes him vulnerable. Like if he puts it on and it dampens the gift so that he can feel, so that he can be cut, so that he can wound and be a human being again, he wears a headpiece.
God damn it, why aren't you writing
That's all I'm saying.
It's a good fucking pull. All right, what else about the Luke Cage trailer? We got to see, do you think, what's her face? Who actress I love, Alfred Woodard. Is she not playing the same character from Civil War, is she?
I don't think so.
Not at all, right?
She's playing Mariah Dillard, who in the comics is Black Mariah.
So she gets to play two characters?
She's two characters.
In the Marvel Universe?
Yeah.
Matt,
Wow.
it's Matt, our producer. Matt, come up here and tell us about. We'll switch from the Netflix trailers, which look fantastic.
Get in here.
And they announced that Daredevil getting a season
Make
3,
us look
which
short.
we
You
all
should
knew
get in
and
the middle,
stuff.
'cause
Jump
otherwise it
over
gets
here,
weird.
man. Here you go, right in the middle.
All right.
This is Matt, ladies and gentlemen. You all know.
Hi, everybody. I'm Matt.
Matt was in Hall H for the Spider-Man presentation.
Yes,
What'd
I
you
was there
see?
for-
Tell us what you saw.
So they start off with the high school yearbooks of all the other Avengers, and it was actually like the actors in high school, which was a lot of fun.
Genius.
It was to Joan Jett's Bad Reputation.
A
And
little
then
on
they-
the nose, but I'll take it.
And then they cut to footage of like his science, like his schedule, his school schedule.
Okay.
So you see him in like science class. You see him, but they also kind of played with it. They had like a women's study class at 10, but it was actually him and his best friend Ned Leeds, played by Jacob Batalon. I want to say.
Ned Leeds, that's deep
Ned
cuts.
Leeds, yeah.
Deep cuts, old
it's,
school Marvel.
Yeah, and they're like checking out the girls as they walk by. Then they do web design, but it's actually his chemistry class where he's like making like sticky web fluid, like, but it's like off to the side, like he pulls the desk drawer open and is trying to hide it from his teacher.
Right.
But then at the very, very end, he has study hall, and he like looks at his watch and he's like, "Oh, I gotta go."
Is it the watch?
I think it's the Tony Stark watch. Yeah, I think so. And he goes, "Oh, I gotta go." And then the girl across from him, Zendaya, is played by playing I think Michelle Gonzalez, says, "Where are you always leaving to, Peter?" And that's where you get like that classic sort of Peter Parker in high school sort of thing of like,
Which-
gotta hide my superhero-ness.
And classic goes back to the comics because they rarely get to do it in the movies.
Yeah.
Like he was a high schooler for a minute in the first movie and then out. And, he graduated high school in the second round of movies. But they should really spend as much time in high school as possible because that's look, Peter Parker and Spider-Man will always be interesting, but Peter Parker the boy, more so than Peter Parker the man, has always been interesting and a way for a kid into that universe. Iron Man, Superman, Batman. Peter Parker's just a boy.
Yeah,
So
like
it's
the
like
cusp
it's a
of
way-
adulthood is
Yeah.
where that juice lives.
And
I like
in the-
that. And you only get to do that with him for like very, very little because before you know it, Tom Holland's going to be like a fucking full-blown adult.
in the panel they mentioned that he's in his sophomore year.
In high school?
In high school.
So maybe we get one more movie senior year.
The rumor is that we'll get, it's like Harry Potter where we get like a different year. So the next movie will be him as a junior, then the next movie will be him as a senior.
Oh my God, I want this so badly.
Yeah, that's what Buffy did. I mean, Buffy started with her as a sophomore, and then by the third season, she graduates from high school.
Yeah.
Like, you can still do that if you make these once a year.
So Homecoming, third one could be Graduation Day, and what is the middle one?
Prom.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you just had Homecoming. What's the diff?
Well, because prom's when you get all dressed up.
You don't
Homecoming.
get dressed up for homecoming?
No, homecoming's like
It's
on
like
the
a
big
homecoming
field.
game, yeah.
It's like, hey, it's a rally more than it is.
You have like a
dance.
homecoming dance, maybe. But
Did they show him in the spider suit?
very briefly, very briefly. There were shots a couple weeks ago, like behind the scenes paparazzi
Yeah, where he's
shots.
pulling his dick. See that? He's adjusting his spider, his bug. He's pulling his webs.
his webs. But they had the shots of him on like the concrete stand or like truck, you know. So they had that very briefly. So that's what they did when he said, "Oh, I've got to go." They showed him in the spider suit, like some previs stuff. One of the things that I thought was interesting, they showed Bokeem Woodbine like robbing a place, and it looked like he had two other guys. I think they're doing enforcers.
Really?
I think so. I think
Wow.
so.
It was style enforcers with the cowboy hat.
Yeah,
tall
so
dude and shit?
Montana, Fancy Dan, and Ox.
Wow.
I think. I don't know. Like,
I'm all
it was
for
like
well,
a
we
half
know they're
second.
doing his first villain ever because they showed
Vulture, yeah.
and they showed
That was at the very end of the
designs.
footage,
And
yeah.
what was the footage? I mean, his outfit wasn't him flying on wings. What was it like?
No, it was him on wings. Like, it was like kind of like a shot looking straight up, like a.
But the wings, I'm
like a
told, are
panel.
drone.
They're like drone wings, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like he kind of like zooms down and hovers right above the ground, and that was the end of the footage.
Can't wait.
So
to
yeah,
see
there
it.
you go.
That's what it looks like. That's
more
what
or
they put
less,
out?
yeah.
Oh, I see.
That's
what you're
concept
saying.
design. That's not
Okay.
what they showed in the panel, but yeah.
Fucking dope, man.
That's awesome.
All right, get out of here.
All right,
No,
yes.
we
Give
need
it up
to
for
talk
Matt,
about
everybody.
Thor. Tell us about Thor.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
shit. You saw Thor.
Ragnarok.
All right, so Doctor Strange, you know, is my guy.
Yes.
If I didn't have the Doctor Strange trailer coming, Thor would be the one I was looking forward to the most.
Why so?
They showed behind the scenes stuff very quickly up at the top. You see Chris Hemsworth with long hair, then you see him with short hair with war paint on. Then it cuts to quick shots of like spaceships and all this other random stuff that you wouldn't expect to see in a Thor movie, but with it being a road trip, you then see
Planet Hulk
Hulk elements, and it's like legit full-on Planet Hulk.
Thor
like,
and Hulk running at each other.
you see a previs of Hulk and Thor running at each other, bless you, in a gladiator pit, and hear both of them like roar, like screaming at each other. And then at the very end, they show Hulk in slow motion raising his fist back, flying towards Surtur, and this fire demon takes up the whole damn screen. Like he's a massive actual fire demon. Like,
And Hela.
and they
You saw Hela.
Hela, creepy as fuck, dude.
Kate Blanchett.
Kate
She's got
Blanchett.
the big fucking headpiece.
It's like a longer wingspan than one I've got. That headpiece that they've got.
Wow.
And then Fenris Wolf was also in it, like a giant, like 20-foot wolf, just like walking on the like hillside.
It sounds
it's
like-
bonkers. What they showed is bonkers.
And what did they talk about Black Panther? Lupita Nyong'o?
Black Panther was just like the cast. They didn't really have anything to show.
Yeah.
No footage or anything?
No, I mean they haven't even started filming yet. They don't
Oh,
start until
really?
next, like
And
early
they
next
added
year.
Denai Guerrera
from Walking Dead is the leader of the Dora
Is she
Milaje.
Michonne?
Michonne.
Is that
Yeah.
Michonne?
Yeah.
And Michael B. Jordan is playing Killmonger?
Killmonger, yeah.
So he's a villain.
Yeah. He's the
Wow.
villain in the film. He's one of two villains from what I understand. Because Lupita also had
Let's
this
put
as
that
a-
back up, man. Wow.
Hot damn.
Yeah, from
Got
Creed,
the
man.
body, man.
Yeah.
Baby
Pull that
Creed.
off.
Baby Creed.
Okay, and then they announced Captain Marvel, of course. Brie Larson playing Captain Marvel, which a lot of us
It was
they
foregone
talked about, but
conclusion.
that was official. Like, it's for real, it's for her, but they're nowhere near shooting that movie.
No,
yet,
they're
right?
not the director
It was
yet.
like yeah, that's right. They didn't announce a director.
Yeah.
What is it? 2019 or something?
yeah, it can't
Still
be
a ways
2018.
off.
They start filming next year, though.
All right, and then what else did we see? I saw.
You saw Guardians.
I did. Let's talk Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, you're good. Thank you, sir. Good for Matt, everybody. Doctor Strange trailer, good, really good, but like not that different from the last Doctor Strange.
No. I mean, it's definitely leaning heavily on like Magic Inception,
Yeah.
in a way that if you don't like Inception, there's a lot of Inception.
Yeah, there's
You
a
know,
bunch of it.
There's a ton of Inception. Like I kind of wanted more of what the rest of the movie was like. I get it, cities are bending, awesome, but give me more. But Shambhala as the Wi-Fi password was pretty sweet.
Was pretty as an excellent button to that trailer. It's like we're not savages. And then of course there it is, the best trailer. The one that everyone was. I don't even know if say it was the best, but it was fun. I was there for it. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 ran a trailer, and it was like being in Rome for a mass done by the Pope. There was that much religious fervor in the room. You could not have sustained staying in that room and being inured to that trailer. The spirit swept you up, even if you were the world's most hardcore hater of Guardians of the Galaxy, and who the fuck would that be except baby Hitler? This thing played unbelievably fucking well, man. I was honestly, I was so glad I was in the room for it because it was a singular Comic-Con experience where it's like, this is what it's all about.
Yeah.
6,000 fucking people lent all their energy to the screen to watch Kurt Russell become Ego the fucking living planet. Spellbinding. I can't believe they let us know that. Look at the mustache, too. They literally told us. Like, that was something they could have held out to the very end. That's pretty damn
That's
pretty
awesome.
badass. They could have held that until we were in the theaters, man.
Yeah.
Like, who's Star-Lord's dad? They flat out told us in the room and stuff. Baby Groot. There's your two fucking...
All the money.
Get ready to... Yeah, oh my God. Get ready to make it rain for your children with all manner of Baby Groot gear because, wow, that looked fucking cool. All of it looked cool, man. James Gunn just... fucking beautiful in a big bad way. Like, that's the one we all dream about. I don't know when it's due. I don't know if they gave a date or anything like
Next
that.
year, I think.
Cannot fucking wait, man. The rocket stuff looked fucking cool in terms of they had a bit where he was like, he called him a fucking raccoon or something. He's like, I'm not a raccoon. He's like, fine, you're a trash panda. And he was like, and he looks at Drax. He's like, is that a good thing? And Drax is like, I don't know.
I don't understand.
This guy's cute. It's adorable, man. But I can't wait. Fucking the inclusion of Kurt Russell. And they showed us a look at Sylvester Stallone in the trailer.
Which we didn't know was in there.
So that means Tango and Cash are in your fucking Guardians of the Galaxy sequel, man. James Gunn doing the Lord's fucking work, man, for heaven's sakes. Giving us a good time at the movies. So Marvel, once again, kicked major ass, but everyone expected that. They skipped Hall H last year.
Yeah,
and they
beat 23 last year.
came back with a fucking fury this year and stuff like that. But between the two, Marvel versus DC, who wins Hall H this year?
I mean, I feel like the surprise was on DC's side because we didn't expect Wonder Woman to come so hot. We didn't expect Justice League at all.
Yeah.
And Marvel's like a tent revival. Like, you go there knowing you're going to feel the power of God, and you're incredibly happy that you did. So it's like, who won? Hard to say. We all won.
All of
ultimately.
us won.
We
Everyone
all
in the
win.
audience wins. But who takes the...
I feel like Marvel came really heavy.
You think so?
I think Guardians
Let's think
and
about
Thor.
it. Guardians, Thor, Black Panther, announcing Captain Marvel, Spider-Man.
Yeah. I think Wonder Woman is still the single best thing that I saw,
I might agree with you there.
but I feel like Marvel, as a whole, sort of won.
I think you may be right. Like, in terms, like, just by sheer volume.
Yeah.
DC has, well, I mean, DC's about to win in a big bad way with Suicide Squad. They're going to make all the monies.
Yeah.
So then after that, they've got Wonder Woman, and after that, they got Justice League. And that's
Right.
pretty much all they showed us, which was fucking a lot.
Yeah, plenty, because we didn't think we'd get any of it.
Yeah. I would say ultimately by virtue of the fact that, like, Marvel, like, did you see that fucking Marvel photo at the end? Yeah. Like, where they had everybody on the stage? Oh, my God. I was backstage. I could have fucking hit any one of them with a rolled up tissue and shit like that. It was crazy.
Chadwick Boseman would have been unhappy
Yeah,
with
he
a just
he
cum
would've
wad
liked
on the back of his head.
Ow! I didn't say cummy tissues. I just said a rolled up tissue.
We knew what you were doing back
That's
there.
what you want to do, not me. Yeah, man. I guess, yeah. I don't know, though. Like, I'm trying to think. All right. Well, I saw a Guardians trailer in Hall H, but I haven't been able to watch it since because they haven't released it.
Right.
Here, all right, we could do this. These are all those qualifications where they're like, fucking, this is the best opening in a February. Like, whenever they do that. The notion of, let's see, Marvel released the Doctor Strange trailer.
Right.
DC released new
Everything.
Squad, new Justice League, new Wonder Woman.
Right.
So in terms of released trailers to the public, DC wins hands down.
Yes.
In terms of in the room, now I wasn't there for DC, but I can imagine when they fucking bring out all those Justice Leaguers and announce Justice League, there was a religious fervor in that room as well, and folks felt just instantly coming and stuff like that. But having been there for Guardians, I don't know how many things beat that fervor in the room.
Yeah.
Like, it was unlike anything I'd ever experienced in Hall H. That is 11 or 12 movies worth of fucking goodwill, including a fuck ton of goodwill for the first Guardians of the Galaxy. And then you add in liberal dollops of, here's your childhood with fucking Kurt Russell and shit. That might have been the amalgam. That might have been the alchemized fucking meal of Hall H that was probably the most fan satisfying.
I haven't been in Hall H for a Marvel panel since 2008, maybe 2007, the first Iron Man panel.
Really?
Like, I was in the room for that. And that's what it felt like seeing Wonder Woman. That's sort of like, holy shit, they did it.
Yeah.
Like, he's flying. What?
That was the feeling too with the Wonder Woman trailer. I was like, holy fuck, they did it. I didn't even know what they were doing, but they did it. Like, this is fantastic. They got all my money. Both of these companies got all our monies, man. Take them all. I was doing it off the back of my hand. That's how rich I am. I put money here and I go like that. Take all that fucking
Flicking
money.
gold off my skin.
I love this shit for one reason only. The only reason I stay alive. Life is not worth living except for these movies. I've got a wife and I've got a kid. Fuck them. These movies are what get me out of bed in the morning. So please keep making them. Very excited.
How lucky we are to be alive right now, my friend.
What a golden age of wonder. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could have been alive back in, like, fucking old times where you're, like, scavenging for food and running from dinosaurs. I guess that would never happen because we never lived with the dinosaurs, but you know what I'm saying.
I mean, according to some people who aren't scientists, we all totally lived with dinosaurs.
If you go with religion, absolutely. But here we are in this glorious age. We're not getting eaten by dinosaurs. Like, nah, saber-toothed tiger and shit like that because we're watching movies in a multiplex of our favorite characters.
If I have to choose between Death on the Savannah and in the theater watching a movie like this,
I'm going to die in a theater. That's what I want to do. Die watching this. Hopefully it's a good movie. Hopefully I don't go out like they fucked it up and then die.
If I have to die of the diabetes while sitting in a movie theater, I will do so.
Why'd you pick the diabetes of all things?
The candy.
There you go. Good point. And with that, kids, don't eat too much sugar. That's the moral of today's
moderation
episode
and Marvel
of Fat Man on Batman. Thanks for hanging out. We got to talk about all the trailers. Now you're all caught up, just like we're caught up, man. Come back next week or next episode. We're going to talk about something completely different. But until then, I've been Kevin Smith.
I've been Marc Bernardin.
Come back to see Fat Man on Batman right here next time. Same fat time, same fat challenge. Sometimes it's modcast.com or
sometimes youtube.com/Kevin Smith.
Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith. Thanks for watching. Do me a favor, click that thing below that says subscribe. Every time you click that, you save a baby kitten from murder.